Look, this is an Australian Government Department of Human Services magazine, issue 87, May 2012. News for seniors. News for seniors. But I'm interested in looking at this article about men's sheds. It's men's sheds are open to men of all ages, but because this is a senior citizens magazine, it's focusing on old people going there. Anyway, here's some men they're at a men's shed. It's a place for men to go to. Yes, a place for men to go to. I just thought of the word emasculation, but I didn't write that down in my notes. Emasculation. It may apply or may not apply. I'm not saying that these men are emasculated, but they might be. I wouldn't know. You'd have to ask them. Now, there's a couple of interesting things about this article. I suspect it may have been written by a female social worker for the Social Security Department, because 3 times in the article it says, "Still time for a cuppa and a chat." Do Australian men say for a cuppa and a chat? Just having a yarn and a cuppa. Let's go and have a cup of Kinkara together, eh? It says it a 3rd time, just pop in for a chat and a cuppa. Having a yarn with the boys. Now, I'll just read out a few notes that are highlighted. Men's shed. Atmosphere of old-fashioned mateship. So mateship is an old-fashioned phenomenon. It's something that's fallen into the past, out of favour, and needs to be brought back. Is that right? An atmosphere, men learning new hands-on skills, and an atmosphere of old-fashioned mateship. Hands-on, so they've got to have something to keep them occupied. Now that we've got a female Prime Minister, the men have, in post-feminism, since feminism's here, they've got to have something to keep them occupied, like some toys and woodwork skills, woodworking. See, these men are doing their woodwork. Whoops. There they are, doing their woodwork and everything. Yes, that's what they're up to. Yes, just having a yarn and a cuppa. Men's sheds play an important role by providing meeting places for men to stay connected within the community while helping their physical and mental being. So it sounds like there's no women allowed in the men's shed, because it says men's sheds play an important role by providing meeting places for men to stay connected within the community. What happened when I was a child? Women weren't allowed in the men's part of the pubs. They used to have women's salons and men's bars, but at some point women got into men's bars, and obviously, the men must have been felt invaded or something. Providing meeting places for men to stay connected. A yarn and a cuppa. Oh yes. A few young men working with older men, so it's open to men of all ages. Many retired men have had to downsize their living arrangements, often resulting in their personal space, usually the garden shed or workshop, being lost. So they've got nowhere to go now to talk to other men. They can't talk to other men at, say, the Senior Citizens Club, or, they can't talk. They don't have pubs to go to because women got into them, apparently. This is for secret men's business. The women want to get into the gentlemen's clubs as well. They claim they have a right to get into the gentlemen's clubs. It'll be only a matter of time before the women want to get into the men's sheds, I suppose. Share time with other men who have similar interests. Well, can't you do that anywhere? I'm gay. I'll go to a gay bar if I want to share time with other men who have similar interests, based on the traditional backyard shed. So it's been traditional for men to get around together and do blokey things, do boys things, butch things in the shed together. Well, how nice. They need a special place now provided by the government. The government's provided about 1,000 sheds of various sizes, offering men a place to socialize and network, as well as share skills and information. And the government has committed $3 million of the $16.7 million National Male Health Policy to the association to help support sheds. and 250,000 each year for 3 years in direct financial assistance for men's sheds around Australia. My screen just went black. A relaxed place for men to meet. Pop in for a chat and a cuppa. Can't you make a cup of tea anywhere? I make a cup of tea every day. I can do it in a shed. I can do it in a kitchen. I can talk to another man on the street. I can talk to a man anywhere. Connecting men with each other and their communities, including health professionals. Well, health professionals too. Well, I suppose, if these men are genuinely in need, if they're so disconnected from each other for whatever reason, how did they get disconnected? Why did they get disconnected? Was it anything to do with feminism and the loss of their traditional roles as men, as whatever they want to call themselves, providers or whatever? Big range of community projects, from bird nesting boxes. They're making bird nesting boxes. They're making cubby houses, presentation plaques for local organisations and charities, range of furniture for children with special needs. Okay, they're doing good things. And they're allowed to work on their own projects as well as voluntary work. They're allowed to work on their own projects. They can make dog kennels and coffee tables, bird feeders and wooden bowls. Well, that's something to keep the boys occupied, isn't it? Still time for a cuppa and a chat. Staying connected. Are they emasculated? Men's sheds. Men's sheds. I've got a shed, but I can be a man anywhere, in a shed or out of a shed. See ya.